Good day, everyone, and welcome to another episode of PrimeTimes with Atty. Leah. We have an exclusive interview session with two distinguished personalities, each contributing uniquely to the world of sports and entrepreneurship. Today, we have Mr. Dioceldo C., the visionary owner of Bilena and Blackwater Bossing, and Coach Jeffrey Cariaso, the guiding force behind Blackwater Bossing's coaching strategy. Everybody has been wondering, paano po kayo nagkakilala ni Coach Jeff, and how did this force behind Blackwater Bossing started?
Actually, if you're in the basketball world, who will not know Coach Jeffrey Cariaso? He's been in the PBA for the past 25 years. I've seen him play during his active days in Mobiline, Alaska. And in fact, the first blue detergent team, our exhibition game was in Mobiline, and Jeffrey was there. I brought in Atty Taulaba.
Two conferences na po, no?
Yeah,
With
two conferences.
Yeah, okay.
Two conferences. So, as we move forward, so I was looking for a coach. Actually, ang initial ko kinuha si JB Casio.
Okay.
Okay. He didn't know that I was offering the coaching job.
Okay.
So he went to the office. We were talking about the team, about the coaching. Then I said, JB, gusto mo, ikaw na mag-coach. I saw him shocked. I said, boss, I'm not yet ready for that. Okay, so I appreciate his honesty. Then I said, oh, who can you recommend? And Coach Jeffrey was one of the two names he mentioned.
Okay, so that's where si Coach Jeff went into the story
then
na.
I approached the other coach. He cannot make it. Then I asked Siliman, my brother, to get hold of Coach Jeff if he's open.
Okay. How did you feel about it? Siyempre, from Blackwater Bossing, right? So, ano po yung initial reaction nyo when you got that call or visit?
Right. To be honest, how Boss Siliman approached me was during a game.
Okay.
So one of the secrets for coaches is when you're in between coaching gigs, it's a good idea to stay relevant by doing actual games, commentating. So I was about to commentate a game, and then lumapit si Boss Siliman sa akin, asking if we could meet.
During a game?
During a game. It was actually in between the first and second game. And then, yun, I gave him my number. We met a few days later. Good conversation about the team. And then, I want to say maybe 5 days after, boss, no?
Yeah.
Then we went to go meet
office.
Boss Deo at his office. So yeah, that's how we started.
Pero, Sir Deo, I've always wondered, kasi everybody knows Bilena.
Yeah.
I think everybody, if you're a woman, if you're a man, and if you're into being empowered by your beauty, you know Bilena.
Yeah.
Pero why go into basketball? Kasi people have been thinking, okay, cosmetics, entrepreneurship, okay, one aspect.
Yeah.
And then you entered basketball.
Yeah.
Why basketball?
Well, I think a lot of people knows this also. I was a very active high school basketball player. And my dream was to go to play university, then hopefully one day to become a PBA player. But unfortunately, I have to work in my college days. So I have to give up that dream of being a collegiate player. And obviously, I cannot be a professional PBA player. So during those days, it was a Crispa Toyota days. So I love to watch the game, but my salary is very low. So I'm lucky to know the Secretary of Commissioner Leo Prieto. That's how I get hold of the PBA office in San Lazaro at that time. So I was able to become close with the secretary. Then every time there's especially in the best of 7 series, I was able to buy 10 tickets and give some makeup to the secretary. Then I become a VIP scalper. So that's my sideline to earn more money.
Yes.
So I have 2 or 3 clients who love basketball. So I get the tickets at cost and I sell it at a very good price.
So, doon niyo masasabi, Sir Deo, na you had the passion
Yes.
to get a franchise.
Yes. Hindi nga ako naging player. Naging idol ko naman si Danny Floro of Crispa. Kasi Crispa was my team. And I was selling textile chemicals to him. Then I went to his office and I sell the chemical. And then he said, do you want to see the players practice? Of course, I love to. So they sent me to at the back of, in Pasig, the Crispa office. At the back is the gym of Crispa. So first time I saw them practice, talagang naengganyo ako.
Parang doon ka naengganyo lalo.
Oo.
So, speaking of that, kasi pinag-usapan ni Sir Deo, he's seen the players play. You've had a stellar career also in the basketball arena, sir.
Yeah.
Is it any different from coaching? Kasi syempre, you're not part of the of the soldiers, so to speak, right?
True.
But you're the guiding hand.
True.
So what is the difference between coaching and playing? Like yung nakikita ni Sir Deo dati, what is the difference?
To be honest, the biggest difference I feel from player now to coach is pag coach ka, you work longer. You're doing more. You're always thinking about the team, how to adjust, and making sure that kasi as a coach, feeling mo alaga mo yung mga players mo eh. So you are responsible for your team. And you feel like, somewhat of a, yes, you're the leader, but you're a father figure at the same time. So it's beyond basketball when you're a coach. As a player, it's fun because it's always been your passion.
Yeah.
You come in, you work hard, and then at the end of after practice, you can do what you like, no? Hindi mo na inisip masyado yung games, whatever. You're just preparing for the next day. But as a coach, it's a constant planning and preparing. And, that's why now I more than ever, you value the coaches that you
Parang
had in the past.
More accountability.
True. Kasi that's always part of the process and the discipline that's needed.
Okay. Sir Deo,
If I may add,
yes, of course.
for me, the coach is like the CEO of the team. And me as the owner is like the chairman of the team.
Yes.
So I don't do the day-to-day operation.
Right.
But every now I call up coach, kamusta? Or he calls me up.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yes.
What's the project? What's the timeline?
Yeah.
So that's how we communicate. And then he will tell me, sino kailangan before I do anything. Oh, itong gusto ko, i-trade ko, kamusta ba dyan?
Yeah, yun nga yung gusto kong itanong Sir Deo eh. Kasi at the end of the day, of course, it's passion to play, right? It's passion to see the game. You want to give entertainment to our kababayans. But at the end of the day, it's still part of a, parang mechanism and entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
It's a business,
It's
right?
a business, yeah.
So, Sir Deo, kasi I've read up a lot on Blackwater Bossings and its journey.
Yeah.
Right now, I can say na it's a 3-2 position is good, but it can be better.
I'm always go for the win, of course, and I always love championship. That's why I'm number 1 in the women's basketball.
Yes.
Kasi there's lesser competition, but now it's growing competition na
Yes.
rin. And here in basketball, you're fighting against the 2 conglomerates. They're huge. They're not small companies. Obviously, budget-wise, malayo naman kami. Probably, I would say Blackwater is the lowest budgeted team in the PBA, but yet we can still do some little success. And, you can see in the PBL before, we are quite successful. PBA D-League, we're okay. We still win a couple of championships. But PBA, mahirap talaga sa PBA. Pader eh. It's like in the business, you're fighting against the multinationals.
Bakit mahirap magkaroon ng franchise sa PBA? Kasi not everybody knows that. People think na it's, butterflies and rainbows na fun lang. Pero why is it very difficult?
Right now, the PBA is 12 teams. The last time the PBA opened 2 new expansion teams was in 2014, and it's Blackwater and Colombian Motors.
Okay.
So that's how hard to enter the PBA. And it doesn't mean if you have pera, you have all the resources, you can just come in. Excuse me, it won't. Because they will look at who are the owners, are they really passionate about basketball? These are the qualifications.
Okay.
And of course, I'm in basketball for the longest time. Then when they saw me applying, may advantage ako maski wala akong pera. So that's
Because of the credibility na already banked upon.
Yes, that's right.
Pero Coach Jeff, you've been a player and now, coach for several teams already. Na-align mo ba, coach, yung style mo from coaching one team to another, or do you change it so very often when you coach another team?
I think it's a combination of both, no? The one thing I always try to make sure we do consistently is be myself. So, the style that I like, I try to input and make sure that the team that we put out there are a little bit of an extension of how I'd like to see them playing. But at the same time, every player is different, no? Iba yung mga players. Lalo na ngayon, there's so many talented individuals that there's more to choose from now. So you try to incorporate their strengths and what they do well into the style that you like. We've been fortunate enough to be part of a championship level team, not just as a player but also as a coach. So I have a good understanding of what it really takes, no? And a lot of it is really everyone just coming together and buying in and really focus on the details, the small details.
Okay.
So dun tayo nagfo-focus sa
Okay.
small details.
Speaking of talented individuals, and this is a question for both of you. Now comes in James Yap. Everybody has been talking about, James Yap coming in at 41, 42?
42 na
42
siya.
years old. And people have thought na, okay, retired na yan kasi counselor na siya. For you, Sir Deo, as an entrepreneur, do you think yung pagpasok ni James Yap, did it bring ticket sales? Did it bring marketability sa Blackwater Bossing? And Coach Jeff, do you think his kuya moments towards his team players, nakatulong ba yun for you guys to get this 3-2 at this onset pa lang?
Not much people know that I was one of the first to discover James Yap when he was 17, 18 years old, out of the Iloilo school. I saw him, I asked my team manager to approach him. He has only one wish or one condition. Just give him a pair of size 13 shoes
Yun lang?
to play for my PBL junior team. So, immediately we look around Manila. I cannot find a size 13. So fortunate of Bongtan, my old friend Bongtan, because he owns PAL, in a week he got 2 size 13 from San Francisco. He brought it in. So that's how he ended up with Tanduay
Okay.
in the PBL junior team. So that's history already. So I know him for a long time. And then, of course, when we had Chris as our endorser, it's his ex-husband. And then, early this year, he called me up, boss, baka pwede akong maglaro sa iyo. So he approached me, kasi friends na kami matagal na eh.
Yes,
And then,
yes.
sabi ko, sige, as long as you get a release from our good friend, Renor Shine,
Yes.
so...
Then game na.
Oh, game na. So, that's why. And then I know he's on the retirement stage na.
Yeah, 42.
But there are two things. Number one is marketability.
Yes.
The brand equity he will bring to the team, plus the leadership.
Yes.
And I know him for 25 years. He hasn't changed.
Humble.
He's still the same humble. And he came into the team. It created a more, parang the respect on the players. And then he was the one who approached the players.
Talaga?
Oh, so,
Walang ere, sir?
Walang ere. Walang ere.
Coach Jeff, pag kino-coach mo siya, no ere at all?
I really can attest to that. And I've known James also as he was still one of the main players at San Mig Coffee when I first started coaching. So I can vouch for what Boss Deo said, that he's still the same person. So wala siyang ere. Really humble guy. But really, what the impact he has brought to the team is really tremendous. You mentioned Kuya,
Yes.
Kuya Axe, or to that effect. That really is true, because in the locker room, and he walks into a locker room, everyone there knows that he's, the James Yap of before. He knows all the accolades and everything that comes with him.
Yeah.
The MVPs, the championship. So he's been through it. So he's one of those guys that you will respect even if you don't know him. But when you get to know him even more, you'd appreciate him even more.
Okay. Pero when you think of someone already established in any field, di ba, for that matter, hindi ba yun mahirap, Sir Deo, for you as a franchise owner, na parang, okay, James, ito yung kailangan na gawin natin for marketability-wise, or ito yung kailangan na play na gagawin natin kasi nag-usap na kami ni Coach Jeff. Matigas ba yung ulo, sir? No.
Well, he's one of the easiest guys to talk to.
Okay.
In fact, lately I've been going out a lot with him, he's following me, joining pala on my meetings. One thing he approached me, boss, can I help me mentor my life after basketball?
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
nice.
So that's why I'm bringing him up to my meetings if he can join. So he listens, he learns. So that's what I like in him. He's a
Yeah.
willing learner.
Okay.
At 42, even if he's a konsehal, walang konsehal eh. When we're talking, it's just like my eldest son actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of konsehal, Coach Jeff, and I understand kasi I was a former courtside reporter for a basketball team. I know that the coaches call the teams, di ba? Oh, practice tayo kasi tomorrow or next week may game, tapos kailangan may bagong play or whatever. Meron pang time na, boss, bawal ako kasi I have this engagement.
Yeah.
He's konsehal. So, is it a problem that you foresee or you can forecast?
It's not a problem. Actually, James already brought that up early, that it will be difficult for him to attend the morning of Mondays, every Monday. So aside from that, he's a true professional, comes to practice, no issues. Pero he did from the beginning mention already the Mondays. So we allowed him to do that, knowing that some days we play Wednesday.
Yeah.
Pero most of the games are Friday and Sunday. So it doesn't affect that. So there really is time to prepare.
Okay.
So
not
that's
a problem.
Not a problem at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir Deo, balikan lang natin yung kanina. Kasi not a lot of people know the real Sir Deo eh. People think, okay, conglomerate, okay, businessman. Pero paano, sir, mo nakikita yung pag-handle mo ng cosmetics line and of basketball? Ano yung similarities nila? Kasi it is still a business, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's still a business. Pero how do you manage the parallels? Yung, okay, gagawin ko to kay Bilena, gagawin ko to kay Blackwater Bossing. What are the differences and similarities in handling the same?
The similarities is that I know the game, I know my cosmetic operations from ground zero up. So I'm a basketball player before, I know how to be a player, and I know a little bit of coaching. That's why I get people who I can trust. That's why I got Coach Jeff to handle the team. So siya na bahala sa lahat. And he just report every now and then. If there's and sometimes I discuss with him the game plan before a game. I just want to know lang.
So you think trust is
Yeah, of
number
course,
one?
Of course. The trust has to be there.
It's not about being brilliant lang?
When there's a trust, everything will just come up eh.
Do you also agree to that, sir? When you coach with your team, hindi lang pwedeng magaling.
Right.
But do you think trust is a big factor in winning championships, in winning games, winning conferences?
It's a main contributor. It has to be there, or else you're not going to reach that level. So the goals that you're achieving as a team or striving to
Yeah.
achieve, hindi mo maabot yan kung walang trust.
Actually, Coach Jeff, I want to ask you, kasi there have been murmurs, little murmurs lang naman, about internal conflicts, not within Blackwater Bossing siguro per se, but within the organizations. Can you spread some truth to that? Or meron ba talaga o wala? Kasi parang sinasabi nila na, lucky lang yan, kaya nanalo 3-2, ganito, ganyan.
Okay.
So, what is your piece about it as the coach?
Murmurs, if there are or we don't listen to, we don't pay attention.
Okay.
To. So right now, what we can really be happy about is Blackwater is a team that's young, that has lots of potential, that has a better balance than it did a year ago. So our balance of players are a lot more, it's a lot better. Improving also the talent to go with it. So nothing against the players that are not with us anymore from last year, but we do have a more talented and a more balanced team. That's where we're focused. So from day one, I've always spoken about improving culture and what that means. We all have the same goals. All the 12 teams have the same goal, but what is going to be unique about your team? So that has a lot to do with experience, the type of players that you have on the team, and then them just bringing it all together and figuring out a way. So I think that's where we are. It's still early. We're happy with 3-2, but we're happy that we have really improved also the standards of every player on the team.
Mr. C, I've read in an article na you have been dubbed as the forefront of sports marketing. Kasi siguro, you have been in the business for such a long time. You have been, leveraging on your skills to market. Paano natin magagamit yon, Mr. C, on, sports and how to adapt it for sustainability?
Actually, I've been talking with the PBA that we have this called PBA private properties. So it's like the mga jersey and all these things. Sabi ko, that's a business, but hindi nila magawa eh. So I was suggesting to PBA, let the team do it on their own, by themselves.
Okay.
Like, let's say, that's why ginawa ko from Blackwater Elite to Blackwater Bossing. Kasi hindi alam ng Pilipino, anong ibig sabihin ng elite?
Social. Yun lang, alam nila.
Parang premium elite dun sa PAL, sa mabuhay,
Yes.
di ba? Pero bossing, everybody knows bossing. It's big.
Yes.
Di ba? So, to that effect, sabi ko, example, gawin ko Blackwater Bossing number 15, James Shop. Bibenta ko yung jersey ko, bibenta ko yung t-shirt. Then, I'll give him some commission on how to sell the jersey and the t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
So, these are the things that's why NBA is earning a lot of money because of this, merchandise.
Can you say you're hitting two birds with one stone with that?
Yeah.
Kasi you're promoting the person himself
And selling.
may merch pa.
Yeah, may merchandising.
Yeah.
So that should be the case. So, since PBA is not doing anything, let the team do it on their own. Pagalingan tayo sa merchandising.
Ang sabi doon, parang, okay, Dioceldo C, forefront of sports marketing, pero they really don't see the business aspect of it.
Yeah.
Pero, mentor, paano natin siya mahuhone pa for the person, like si Mr.
Yeah.
James Yap? How can he be honed to be a business entrepreneur also while being on the game?
Yeah, precisely. Yung merchandising nga niya.
Yeah.
Then I can come up with some products using him. Like, Big Game. Di ba? Si James, Big Game ang kanyang Then I put a logo with James Big Game. Then, papabenta ko sa kanya. And he has 1 million followers. Di ba? So, I'll maximize on that. And it's gonna win-win for the Blackwater Bossing team, for James Yep, and also for the PBA. Then
Yeah.
PBA will be say, oh, okay yung mga produkto.
Yeah.
Then, it's up to the other teams to follow suit.
Bahala na sila
Bahala
doon.
na sila. Pagalingan nga tayo.
Yeah.
So, that's my point of view.
Okay. Pero, Coach Jeff, you've been in the business also as a player and now coach. Do you think na this would fly? Kasi syempre, on the business side of it, okay, we have a big fish already teaching na yung mga fishermen how to do it.
Right.
Pero do you think it would actually be sustainable for the basketball market, so to speak? Yung mga masa nating nanonood, ganyan. Do you think it would be sustainable for them for such parang yung vision ni Sir Deo to happen in reality?
No, I think honestly, because there is a lack of, in this particular case, merchandise for the PBA, I really think it's something that's needed and the people want, no? So how you plan it out and to eventually have like an NBA store, like how the NBA does it with their jerseys, is also something that you could strive for in the future, no? But honestly, because there aren't available jerseys or T-shirts or other merchandise,
Yeah.
people are longing for it. They're asking for it. So if you know someone from the certain team that you're cheering for, then good for you.
Yeah.
Maybe they can help you get merchandise. But I have visitors who came from the States just recently, and they were asking for merchandise. So where can I buy Blackwater jerseys, Coach? I wanna. I'll stop by and go get it. Sabi ko, there really isn't a place to go to. And just that, I think there is interest. If you have it available, then of course, people will take advantage of it.
Of course. We started talking about the 3-2 positioning right now. And people have been telling, I think it's been since 2018, right? If my research is correct. Since 2018, parang napasok sa championship.
Hindi, sa quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals, okay. How do you feel about it? Ikaw yung franchise owner
Yeah.
I really want to get into the mind of the franchise owner. When did you guys become established? Blackwater Bossing was established?
We entered the PBA at 2014.
Okay, 2014. So 10 years.
10 years. I think we entered quarters twice lang.
Okay.
And then for a bit of additional information, dapat 5-0, hindi 3-2. Kasi this season was different. Dati, we win a little bit on the first half, then third and fourth quarter, we're finished.
Okay.
The team doesn't fight. So now it's the third quarter, we're also ahead by 18, 20 points. And we're leading those big points over big teams, not small teams.
Yes.
Beralco, Tokentex, and all the other guys. The problem now, I told coach, is because the team is young, so the tendency was playing not to lose once you have that big lead.
Okay.
And then the game plan were perfect. Like against NLEX, we shut down Bolik. In Terra Firma game, we shut down Wami. So we lead by 18, 20 points. And in the last 1 minute of NLEX game, Bolik made 2 3-point shots. That killed us.
Okay.
And then with Wami in the Terra Firma game, we're up. We shut down Wami. Last 20 seconds, he made that 3-point shot. Then we're down 1.
I think the viewers would want to know, okay, 3-2 pero talaga dapat 5-0.
5-0, yeah.
So instead of the 3-2, why is it 5-0? Is it because I'm pretty sure it's not about the coaching, right? It's not about the coaching, it's not about the players. Pero why do you think, sir, we had that last two medyo not bumagsak, bumaba?
I think if the team is young, they need more maturity.
Okay.
So, and I've shared that with coach. He realized it.
What are your thoughts about that, Coach Jeff?
When we say, we're supposed to be 5-0, that's something that we believe in, that we should have. It should be the case.
Yeah.
5-0.
But the reality is we are 3-2, and what we're saying is, because we had big leads in both games, we had opportunities to win that game. It's just that the fight and what we talk about every day, stepping on the gas and keep pushing, and don't be complacent. You have to play 48 minutes. So what's been happening in the last 2 games is we're not playing the way we're supposed to play the whole 48 minutes.
46.
So minsan 46, minsan as early as 30 plus.
Pinapagalitan mo pa rin ba yung mga players mo, Coach?
I mean, that's all a part of it. Yeah. So you're balancing the. As a coach, you want to try to balance the making sure that they understand what needs to be done, directions, instructions, making sure things are clear, but at the same time where they don't play tight and passive. So part of that is we are young and we have to learn how to finish games.
Okay.
Finish strong.
And finish strong, exactly. So we'll learn. We'll get there.
Do you get frustrated, Mr. C, when kasi syempre, first 3, people have been raving about it. Like every time I go online, sabi ko, Blackwater Bossing, Blackwater Bossing, Blackwater Bossing. So, were you frustrated on the last 2 games?
Actually, the first game against Morocco, I was in Vancouver. I was watching midnight. I almost collapsed because same story. We're ahead by so many points. They're catching up. It's good we won by 1 point or 2 points, right?
2 points.
So I have seen the tendency that when they have big lead, they're playing not to lose.
Okay.
So once you play not to lose, that will be a killer to the team.
Okay.
They should continue pushing, not playing not to lose.
Yeah.
So that's what we have to correct.
Yes.
With that.
I remember, I read online, and I've watched the game. Nung birthday mo, mentor, right? It was a gift for you.
Yeah.
How many points were that? Parang
30, I think that was against
parang
Merge.
35.
Yeah.
35 to 70.
30,
If my research is correct,
Right.
35 to 70.
We won that game.
Yeah, you guys. Ano na-feel mo nun, mentor?
My team is strong. So I said, wow, this is a dream.
Pero hindi ba kayo naapektuhan, Coach and Sir Deo? Kasi I don't want to say minamaliit ng the other teams, but that's reality. Kasi syempre, not coming in from yung laging nananalo.
Yeah.
Tapos when you guys won, people have been raving. I use the word rave. Kasi everywhere I go online, people have been telling, Blackwater Bossing, Blackwater Bossing. So, hindi ba yun naapektuhan sa psyche ninyo as a franchise owner and a coach? Hindi ba kayo naapektuhan doon na, okay, wag natin pansinin yung mga nagsasabi ng, ano lang to, swerte. How was your feeling during that time?
There's a little thought of the table might reverse. But since we know the problem, that's why I told coach, we don't like that to happen again. Yung when you're ahead, tapos suddenly nag-twist yung table,
Yes.
nagdiretso naman yung talo. So we have experienced many times. So we have to keep pushing, even if we are qualified already sa quarter. We continue to push to maintain that winning attitude
Oh, okay.
or winning habit. Di ba?
On the coaching side, sir, how was your parang mindset
Yeah.
on it?
Well, one of the things that you have to understand, going into this team, of course I know the history, and we are a team where there's only one way to go, and that's up, no. So we're trying to make sure again, on my part as a coach is, we want to change that. We want to change it, and so far this conference, it's been, I want to use the word decent. It's been okay.
Decent.
Fairly
Kasi
good, yeah.
we won 3, yes. We could have won and 2 more, but it didn't happen. So again, we are humble enough to understand that there's still lots to learn, and we're still going to go against some of the tougher teams as
Yes.
we progress. What I shared with the team is only going to get harder.
Yeah.
So as we continue, it's only going to get harder. But again, because of the 3-0 start, I think other teams, they have to pay attention to us a little bit more.
Correct.
The same way they're paying attention more to Terra,
Yes.
who's improved and beat us last game, Northport, NLEX, those teams like that. That's always in the middle or even at the
Lower.
the lower part of the standings.
Okay.
Normally in the past.
Parang
So,
they have to give attention.
yeah, you have to
that.
pay attention
Yes.
now, and I think that's what's happening. And
pushovers.
right now, again, we know we haven't accomplished anything yet. Basta keep pushing like
Yeah.
busted.
In prime times with Attorney Lee, I've always want to ask my guests, difficult questions. And it's for you to answer or not to answer. Sir Deo, I want to ask you, ano yung mga frustrations mo sa PBA as a whole? Kasi people nga think PBA is just entertainment. They just think na, okay, it's basketball. People love basketball, so no problem with that. Pero as a franchise owner who see the problems within the organization, I want to ask you directly, Mr. Dioceldo, what are your 3 frustrations with the PBA, and how do you think it can be remedied throughout the years?
Actually, number 1, I hate the bossers so much. As if they know better than me. They can see what I do, but they don't understand why I did it. I have my reasons.
Yes.
That sometimes you cannot divulge in public.
Yeah.
So coach understands why I do it, why I do that, because there's other problems.
There's a reason behind
That's
it.
a reason,
Yeah.
which we don't want to disclose.
Of course.
So it's very private, and it's between me, the team, and the player.
Yeah.
That's 1. Number 2, I hope PBA will be more open to public opinions.
Okay.
That's why we can see the crowd are not coming in. Just like when I was handling the PBL, I made it fair
Yes.
that any team can win. So that should be the case.
Okay.
So I know they have the budgets, but we have all the mechanism to make it fair. And then, of course, we cannot have the budgets of the bigger teams.
Of course.
We have 14, 15 players, maybe 3 to 5 of them are really top-notch.
Yes.
But on the other teams,
Everybody's
top-notch.
Yeah.
So if we got injured on 2 or 3 or top-notch,
Mahirapan kayo kumunasahod.
it's hard
Oo,
na.
oo,
Sila, maski 5 na injured,
Meron pa.
marami pang malalim ang bench
Correct,
eh.
correct.
So any players from their bench can be our star.
Oh, okay.
So that's the difference.
So fairness.
There should be, I think, fairness.
A bit of fairness.
Yeah, fairness,
Okay.
yeah.
Pero Coach Jeff, with the answers Mr. C gave, that's his frustrations, right? What are your best, I don't want to say memories kasi you guys are ongoing and it's gonna
Yeah.
go on for a
Yeah.
long time. Pero what are your top 3 best moments that you have had during this present conference with Blackwater Bossing?
I would have to say, just to start the season, one of the things that we're really happy about is how we drafted. So the rookies we drafted, 3 are currently on our roster, and 3 we think very high of. And For the most part, they've been given opportunities to play every game. When you're a rookie, you have to kind of earn your stripes a little
Yes.
bit, and normally may mas nauuna sa'yo that's a little better in that position, may ganun. But the three, I think, with again, they have good attitudes and they work hard, and we're really happy with
Yes.
that. And then number two is really because we've acquired and made a couple trades. We got 4 rookies. We say that we're young is because again, it really is the truth. More than at least half the team are new to the team, and you are combining them with other players who haven't been with the team long.
Yes.
So 3 more players who have been with the team maybe 2 years. So that's new. And then the others are the veterans. So to combine that and find that winning formula is really the challenge
Okay.
daily. So but so far so good because again we love the character of the team. Very, very good guys. Work hard and then now it's learning how to play together,
Okay.
learning how to play more consistently.
Sir Deo, I've been asked earlier by someone na nakapasok ko na sa business, nakapasok ko na sa basketball, and some other aspects na, of course, the public really don't know about. It's all about bringing in the environment and the community closer. Pero somebody asked me, are you going in for any public office anytime soon?
Oh, no. It's not my slice of cake. Hanggang negosyo lang tayo.
Okay, kasi people have been thinking na why do everything all at once right now? Kasi you're helping out the business sector.
Yeah.
You're helping out the sports sector. You're helping out, young teams be better into their games. What's in it more for Mr. Dioceldo C?
Well, because I was brought up by my grandfather, my uncle. He said, just do things good to others, help, and don't seek any returns.
Yes.
Then you will have the good karma coming in. Once you have the good karma, anything comes up, people will come on its own naturally and help you out.
Yes.
So I really believe in that. And that has been my secret formula, siguro. Ever since I started the business, I was brought up that way.
Oh, okay. So, kindness and
Yeah.
everything that you do,
Yeah.
and goodness.
Helping others.
Well, of course.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, gentlemen, I have a question before we end. Do you see a championship with Blackwater Bossing?
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Yeah,
That's why we're here.
Are you confident to say na we're gonna be there, we're gonna be enjoying the fruits of our labor, and it's gonna be this year?
Well, for me, if we will be able to penetrate the semis, then that's another story for me.
Tuloy-tuloy na.
Yeah.
Coach Jeff.
I've always believed, that's really the ultimate goal.
Okay.
So when it happens, we can't tell. But
Na-excite kayo, sir?
that's super, especially when, you have the soldiers that you like, and in front of your eyes, you see them grow and get better and improve. So, that hasn't changed. That ultimate goal of winning is really number one. That's why we're here. That's why
Yeah.
we're in this business. It's really just, making it happen,
Yes.
hopefully sooner than later.
Of course. Mr. C, you said about entering into that semis and, having the narrative change na bahala. Yun yung
Yeah.
start of the story. Once you enter the semis, sir, do you think that Blackwater Bossing, I don't want to say luck because this is not luck,
Yeah.
this is hard work.
Yeah.
So, do you think Blackwater's hard-earned fruits of labor will be translated into a championship?
For me, basta the team remains healthy, injury-free, there's a big chance.
It has been a privilege to delve into the perspective of Mr. Dioceldo C. and Coach Jeffrey Cariaso. Their insights into the intersection of sports, business, and public service are enlightening and demonstrate the multifaceted nature of success. We thank our esteemed guests for their time and wisdom, and we look forward to witnessing their continued contributions to their respective fields. And this has been PrimeTimes with Attorney Leah. I wish you all a good day.